Hello! How you guys doing? How you doing, Tropical Banana Man? Was recently hired straight out of university. Lucky you! Yeah, be excited for that. Yeah, nice. Mr. Squarepeg, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Today's gonna be the last stream of this week. Cause I'm not gonna be here for the 4th. So yeah, welcome guys. And tonight might be a little bit shorter. We'll see. I don't know yet. Web dev with the .NET. Okay, I mean I'm doing the same thing. I don't particularly like it too much though, because it's got a lot of VB.NET in it, and that's just it hurts. It hurts so much. We miss. Well, that's good to know. That's good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, C#.NET doing things is fine. Why do I have one of these? VB.NET, however, is a different story. This is the end of a VHS tape, like the part that, you know, this part. I had a tape that broke, so yeah, it's in pieces in places. ASP.NET. Right. Well, there's the markup end of things, which is the actual ASP, and then there's the code behind stuff, which is either the VB or the C#, or I don't know. There's probably a bunch of other languages you can use. I wouldn't be surprised if like you could use F# with that as well. But anyway, so tonight I want to make a ball bounce. That's what I want to do. There's not going to be any paddles. There's not going to be any blocks for it to bounce off of. It's just going to bounce off the walls. There are a few things that I do want to do differently that I did than I have done rather with the Pong game a while back. No paddles. How you doing? The other M, M to the M, and Akamaffin. Or else. Darch, how you doing? Welcome. Well, no. So before with Pong anyway, everything was integer based, right? The ball moved X number of pixels per frame in either direction. This time around, I actually want to use subpixels for that kind of thing, right? And I want the values for the ball and the paddle eventually, not to be bound by the pixel, but to be just defined outside of that domain, that realm, and have things translated into pixels later on. We're doing some things. We're doing some things. Hey, Bridgewater. It's not a kayaking game. Yeah, right. It's all very new to me, so I'm catching up right now. I start August 5th. Okay. I know the base is C#, so I should be alright. I hope. Yeah, right. They provide mentoring. That's always a plus. Well, I don't want to be a pain. Yeah. I mean, you know, whatever. Gotta be a pain sometime. The plannings. There's like a hair on my mic here that's really annoying me. The basics. Yeah. Hopefully not like basic, because that's, you don't want to be writing any kind of web application in basic, with your go-tos and whatnot. Tim Allen YouTube channel. Tim Allen, wasn't he like the Tim the Tool Man? Wasn't that? Anyway, so I need a ball to bounce around, so that's why I'm over here. Application. I mean, I've seen one in COBOL, so it's got to be possible. It's got to be. It just has to be, right? Should try Aimless on Amiga. It's basic for writing games. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. So I was. Hence the tapes. I was digitizing some VHSs, some family home movies the other day, over the weekend, and it turns out that I did not have an Apple II GS. I thought I might still have had one, but the computer on one of the tapes here was actually an Amiga, an Amiga 1000. So I had one of those at one point. I think I was like 8 or something like that, so I barely remember it. There's a new PC version that supports the old Amos code. Really? Oh, runs about, of course. Tim Corey. That's the name of the YouTube guy. How's it going? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say it's Tim Allen. That's like Tool Man, isn't it? Secret of Makin. I mean, kinda, sorta. I mean, I remember playing some games on it, like Marble Madness and this racing game that I forget the name of. And I tried to play Double Dragon, but the floppy wouldn't work, so I couldn't play Double Dragon. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was about dragons. It's not about dragons. Food time back into it. No worries. No worries. All right. So like I said, I need something to what's it? Bounce around screen. So just something like this size will do for now. Whoop, I forgot that holding control and scrolling changes the size of the brush. Forgot about that. Alright, that'll work for now, right? Yeah, fine. Sure, why not? A little bit there. Yeah, that'll work for now. Save. Export to game.bitmap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there are a few things I do need to do before I can start actually doing the stuff with the ball, and that's get like a basic field set up, right? Like, so drawing a black box around the thing and whatnot. So we're gonna start with that, I guess. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna not undo. I'm gonna set this stuff off to the side for a little while with the swapping name tables and all that. I'm not gonna be doing any collision with anything tonight, so sprites CSS. Textures pack. I mean, I guess you can look at it that way. I mean, it's a pattern table. It's a definition of all the images in game, really. But pretty comfortable with C#. I have a lot of experience with Java, and they have a lot of similarities. Yeah, C# is basically Microsoft's Java. That said, I do like C# better. So, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of like a texture pack, kind of, sort of, if you want to look at it that way. Alright. Where is my debugger for this? Actually, I don't need the debugger, I need the code. So we're gonna make a new file here. We're gonna call it game.asm, like that. And I'm gonna grab this, put that over there. Okay, and for this time around, I think I need to like be a little bit more consistent in like my label names. Yeah. So let's see. I don't have any inits in here, do I? Well, I have one for the credits init. So I think I'm gonna swap this around and have init credits instead. So init and then the thing, right? Like that. So then I can also go init game and sets and equals CA65. C# sketches and setters, they're nice, aren't they? Especially now that they've open source the .NET Core. Yeah! Amos 2 for PC. What is this? Amos. Amos.tech. That's nice. It's nice URL they got there. I like that. It's nice. Is there something else supposed to be here? Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, so init game. What do I need to do? Oh, I don't actually want to do the RT. Well. Oh, this RTI is for like, if I don't want anything to happen for, an NMI. Like for instance, I'm turning off the PPU and I'm drawing things or whatever. I don't want it to hit up the NMI and interrupt things. Actually, don't let me make. Like, I meant to do this the other day. I'm gonna make a macro for that. To turn off the NMI and then to set the NMI to something. cc65.github.com. IO, whatever. Loop, jump loop. Oh no, because so the NMI would trigger, it's an interrupt, so it would jump out of that loop. It'd break out of that loop. I don't want to do that. Macro. Is that what I want? No. Macro. Define macro, end macro. No, no. Macro. Here we go. Whoops. Let's go back to that where that just was. There it is. Start a classic macro definition. The command is followed by an identifier, macro name, and optionally a comma-separated list of identifiers that are macro parameters. Okay. I wonder if there's a way to, like, define that as, like, this needs to be 2 bytes. Maybe? Who knows? Let's go ahead and SP that and edit main. We'll put our macros in here somewhere. We'll put our macros at the top. Macro, NMI disable. I need to put that in my syntax stuff. RTI. Oh, that's actually what I'm going to be doing here. So disabling the NMI is just going to be doing that. Then macro NMI set, and then address. That's just going to be loading up NMI JMP, storing that there. Load up. No, not like that. How would I do this? I mean, I suppose I could pass in 2 variables, I suppose, right? One for the low, one for the high byte. I don't think I want to do it like that. Address. I mean, maybe this will work. We'll see. We'll just NMI something or other. Pointer. Pointer. +1, and like that. Okay. So I've got one to disable the NMI, and one to set the NMI to a given pointer. Let's see if this works. NMI disable. Is that just how I call those? Yeah. Probably. Maybe. NMI set to credits NMI. 16-bit address and 8-bit processor. Fortunately, we have native 16-bit variables today, right? Almost 1 a.m. there. Goodness. I have to work at 8:30. Oh man, yeah, 8:30 comes fast. 8:30 comes pretty fast. I'm gonna disable, and then I'm gonna set. Alright, I mean, the highlighting is screwed up, but whatever. You know what? Let's switch over to the credits stuff real quick, just to make sure that this macro works. Do I need to do the init? I think I do. I think I need to do the init. Do I do it over here? No. I need to do the init. Like always, I think. My hair is not good for me during the week. Yeah, I can understand. You have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Enjoy your work tomorrow. Alright, so let's see if this broke everything. It probably did, but let's see. Makin Principal, how you doing? Runners actually, I'm calling that one done. I've finished that one off. So I'm working on something new. I mean, it's playable. It's got some things that I would have liked to have fixed, but at this point I just need to move on, I think. Yeah, I don't have a demo yet because it's just that. So hopefully by the end of stream today I'll have a ball bouncing around. Essentially the game idea is going to be Breakout, but like with Inception, kind of. It's playable. It's done. Ship it. Yeah, right. Yeah. So in a standard game of Breakout, you have a paddle at the bottom and a ball bouncing around, and when the ball hits the bricks go away. In this case, the bricks aren't going to go away immediately. Instead, when you hit a brick, it's going to go into a smaller level, and you have to clear that board. And once you clear that board, it'll get rid of the brick on the board you came from. So we're going to see how that works. Ship it to where? The market has been booming. Yeah. The good old 80s way of making things. No patches allowed. Alright. Right. Make. And it broke. Because I can't spell macro. Okay. Yeah, but good knowing. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Credits init undefined because I renamed that to init credits. Oops. There we go. Alright, let's try it again. There we go. Alright, let's see if it's got the demo credits. Oh! That didn't work. It didn't work. Okay. What did it put in the NMI? Okay, C60A. I mean, what is that C60A? C6 CDA. Okay. Did I not enable NMI? I did. It hits it. What? How did it break? How did it break? I don't understand. It's not even cycling colors. Blotosaur, how you doing? Welcome. Broken project canceled. I mean, okay, let's step to this. All right, setting some addresses for things. Fine. Load up the tier 2 color. O3 in the tier 2 color. Or what is it right now? I forget which one it is. I think it's this one there. Okay. Oh wait, did I never like set the Oh. Well, that explains it. I didn't touch the sleeping variable. Huh. Okay. So essentially, the NMI happens all the time. It just never runs the game frame at all. Because I don't touch the sleeping variable. Yeah. So this is just going to be decrement sleeping. So that will roll it under to FF from 0, 0, in theory. Let's disable that breakpoint. There we go, that's better. It works now. We're good. Okay. Alright, so that macro actually works the way I thought it would. Which is good. That's good. Okay, let's close out that so I can like reopen it and it'll have the correct freaking syntax highlight. There it goes. Yeah, this happens when you copy paste and forget. Yeah. I forget when I even changed it. I changed it yesterday sometime. Not yesterday. On last stream when I figured out that I couldn't just check or I couldn't keep pinging 2000 that register, or 2002 the status register for the PPU, because every once in a while it would happen within 2 cycles of an NMI and break the NMI, which is why I went back to reading a variable instead. All right, so what do we want the game to do? We want the game to first off clear the screen. After doing a few things, actually. Alright, well, let's put the game code in its own address bank, right? So we're gonna yank that sp edit main. We're gonna put the game code in page 1. Include game.asm. That. All right, I might set up a lookup table later on for pages, memory banks and init functions and all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna really worry about it right yet, but I might do that later. It was page 0 that I put it in, right? Nope. There it goes, okay. So I want to load up some of that stuff, the character data. You know, I just yes again main, because I used a bunch of that for over here, this test stuff. I think, didn't I? And my bear, what does NMI bear do? Just that. I want to disable NMI. NMI disable that macro. Disable drawing the background and the sprites. Like that. Do I have like a clear sprites thing? I thought I did. Oops. Bugged loading screen simulator, something like that. Oh, I'm gonna need this right here. I might also have another lookup table for this kind of thing, for the tile data. Basically an address, a list of addresses and like tile size, the tile counts, I guess, and where to put them. Yeah, that might be another thing I'll do as well. To do, I don't know if I mean, there's a few ways. I can make a macro for it, so I wouldn't have to do any lookup stuff. I'll make a lookup table for the stuff. But it's not going to be credit CHR data, it's going to be game CHR data, right? It's up here somewhere. Yeah. Game CHR data. Title screen framework, but the existing code we should have. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So I mean, I learned a lot on the last project, and I will be able to reuse a lot of the concepts, especially, and a bunch of the code that I've written that isn't specific to that game. For instance, like this the mapper setup stuff, I copied over essentially. And all this stuff right here, these utilities to like fill name tables and attribute tables with a value, those I wrote for the runner game. I've got the code, the know-how now, yeah, right? I like to think I have the know-how anyway. That's what I tell myself. All right, tile count. No, we're actually not gonna. We're not gonna write all of them actually. I'm ignoring that guy down there for now. So we're just gonna write what, like 4 rows for now. This will come back to bite me in the butt, but whatever. Because I don't trust my math. I could have done that in my head, but whatever. This is gonna be 64 tiles. Right to the bottom, I guess? Yeah, I guess. That'll be the bottom. 1 John Smith, 2 Smith John. And not those kind of name tables. Hard-coded variables versus constants. Or, yeah, yeah, well, hard-coded variables are... I mean, yeah, kind of, sort of. Usually hard-coded variable doesn't really make any sense grammatically, I don't think. Yeah. Literals versus constants. Like this right here is literal, or immediate value in assembly speak. This would be a constant because it's a label technically, which is constant, doesn't change. Because that points to just like a memory address over here. Okay. So we got that stuff. And what is it? Let's make sure this actually puts where I think it will. So this ain't gonna draw anything on screen. And it certainly won't do anything different because I didn't actually change the, it's over here. Jump to init game. Alright, so all this should do is just load up some stuff into the pattern tables, or one of the pattern tables anyway. What? It didn't load up anything. Okay. Is it looking at the right spot? It might not be. Oh, wait, I didn't load up the right I didn't load up the right. Oh no. So I can't switch pages here because I'm in a page, a switchable page. So if I switch a page to somewhere else, I immediately break things. So I need to have this as a routine somewhere in the general code to be like, hey, you need to go and load up this CHR stuff. And I need to like give it an index and jump to it essentially. What a Weasel, how you doing? Welcome. New stuff? Yeah. I would like to get a ball bouncing today, but I might be stuck doing a lot of other boilerplate stuff first, which I mean is all right. That's fine. I'm not going to complain about that. But the credit screen is already there. Should run LDA deck number 64. All right, so we're gonna have a a routine for loading up CHR data. CHR data index. You know, let's again with naming conventions. Let's make things a little bit, yeah. All tables that are an index will have index prefixed. Right? Sure. Alright, so this is going to be an address. So credit CHR data and a tile count. 00 being FF for all of them. Sorting, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And a destination. -1. No. Tile count. Destination. Pattern table. And this is source address. Okay. Game CHR data. Byte of 64. Yeah. And again, this one here. Welcome back, Bridgewater. I'm still like loading. I realized that I need to move some stuff around so I can like switch banks and not break everything. To load up patterns and things. So we're on Twitch. Are we though? All right. So essentially, instead of this, so I'm getting rid of the lookup there, or the to do. Grab that. We're gonna put it over there for now, and we're just gonna load up to 1 and JSR to load CHR data. So this, oh shoot, I need a bank as well. So let's put that as the lower byte of this, of that byte, because that should work, right? Like how many banks do I have? 16, I think. Like 15. Yeah, I've got 15 banks, so that should be just fine actually. Or 16 banks if it starts at 0. Yeah. And this guy is in the... They're all in the last bank. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So I need to have a way to of keeping track of what bank I came from, right? I mean, this is already Retro 2019. Yeah, well. So there isn't any way to, like, to query this mapper and say, hey, what bank am I in? So I know which one to come back to. Instead, I need to keep track of that myself. So in order to do that, I might also abstract away the changing bank code as well. Actually, no, I don't need to abstract it away, because I already have it as something, right? Where is the select page stuff? I already have a routine to do it for me, right? To select the page for me, right? That's just right here. All I need to do is save the new this page somewhere. Store current page. Yeah, we're gonna have that not in 0 page. We'll put that over here. There we go. Put a bank ID at the side of each bank. I mean, I could do that, I suppose. But I also need to know which bank, like, I need to go back. Oh. I mean, I could check that, actually, in the, Either way, I would still need, I would need two, because with this, I would need two. One for the current page, one for the page to go back to, I guess, right? Yeah, I think actually the idea at the start of each bank might work a little better. These are always going to be, all these banks start at 8,000, hex 8,000. So yeah, if I just have a byte 0. Why is it that color? Whatever. Byte 1, byte 2, byte 3. That's not a 3. That's a 5. That's a 3. Why not starting the page to return to on the stack? Well, I could do that too. I mean, you need to manage memory pages on your own. Well, this could get this gives kind of a little bit of flexibility as well, because different mappers can have different setups for these pages, and different numbers of pages, different sizes for the page, different places the page can be, fixed pages versus pages that aren't fixed. So there's a there's a lot more freedom, I think, with this one. I mean, it would be nice, don't get me wrong, for this to be like built into the system, but it ain't. So, I probably won't need to do it for that one, but I'm gonna do it anyway, I guess. The credits data has its own. Okay, good. It does have its own label in there, so I know where to I know where it is. And then 14. And fixed doesn't matter because there's always gonna be one spot and it's never gonna change. Okay. Okay. So now, yeah, I can just load up whatever's at 8,000. Push it to the stack to save it for later. No. Yes. Shoot. Load X. So we're not using that for anything, are we? Well, not yet. We will in this, and write CHR data. We use Y. We don't use X. Oh. I might just be able to keep that in the register and not have to worry about it. We'll just use 24-bit addressing to get 16. Yeah, okay. Thanks to Time Machine in 1975 that changes the 652. So if I load up the current bank ID in X, I could probably just ignore or not even have to worry about writing it anywhere, right? Because like I said, this doesn't actually touch the X register. It touches Y, but not X. And then we just need to JSR to MMC1 select page, because no. No. A holds the index to index CHR data. I need to load that up first. Yeah. So I need to shift this twice. ASL A twice. So I'm multiplying by 4. I'm raising it to the whatever. And then I'm going to transfer that to Y. And we're going to use that as the lookup. Yeah. So we're loading up. What's it? Index CHR data at Y. Storing that there. Load up index CHR data +1 at Y. Plus 0 here, just for consistency's sake. Again, for consistencies. Load up index CHR data +2, not 5, +2 at Y. Which unfortunately invalidates all existing 6502 code. Yeah, more harm than good, yeah. And then we're going to store that into the tile count. And then we're going to do like the same thing, but +3. Store that in the CHR destination. And then JSR to write CHR data. Almost. No. Because this right here is going to also have the page in it. So we're going to AND that with 0f right half contains page of data. Data. Yeah. Okay. JSR to MC1 select page, and this guy does not touch X, correct? Right. It just touches A. Just shifts A around a bunch. Okay. Then we write the data. Then after that, transfer X to A and go back to the correct page. Like that. Load up data pointer. Load up tile count. Load the destination page or pattern table and mapper page that contains the above data. It contains the CHR data. Oh, before this, oh wait, hang on. Right dest. What is that? How do I determine that? Branch on minus. So it only checks the 7th bit. So I don't need to AND it. I don't need to AND it. Okay, so that's one less thing that I need to do. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Main 72. Main 72. I mean... It doesn't like that. It doesn't like that being the very first thing. Why? Why? What? I don't get it. Okay, so that is the right color then. So why doesn't it like having this as the first... Oh. It's just... That was it, okay. Oops. So we're just gonna... like that. Fixed it. Almost. 615. Yeah, I figured it out. Alright. So it should just load up the tile data. That's what it should do. Pattern data. It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, of course it doesn't. Why? Huh? Oh, I do need to add that to the make file, but whatever. I'll get back to that later. What? Wait a minute. Is that... Hang on. Did I name the macro the same as... No, I didn't. What disable? What? On left. 40. That shouldn't be 40. That should be inserting the macro. There's no LDA there. Why is there no load? It just put... What? Macros without parameters. Okay. Right. I mean... Yeah, what? Co. Press pass, my parameter pass. Detecting parameter types. Cursive macros. Local symbols aside macros. I don't want that. I mean, is that... This macro should expand to this, right? But for whatever reason, is leaving out the LDA entirely. And it's just dropping the RTI in there. There's 8,000. A9. A9? A9 is probably the LDA, isn't it? Even though I've got that there. I've got 2 of these open. We can kill that. I put in the knob, and then all of a sudden things start to work right. Watch, it'll load it, watch. It didn't load it. Alright, well, I mean, fine. See in there. I put a knob in there just ahead of it, just before it. So now it's got the 00 and the EA in there, which is the knob, and the A9. Before it didn't have the 00. Did I forget to like save something? EA fix it. Yeah, that's a first, right? All right. Well, it's loading up that. Is loading up the RTI byte code opcode. It's storing that into the instruction. Okay, disable the drawing stuff. Sure. Load up 1, and then I'm going to jump to load CHR data. Load the bank ID into X. A holds the index. 4 is good. Transfer that to Y. 9001, is that correct? Maybe. I can't tell here because the bank still isn't there. I mean, that might be alright. So it should start right there. That doesn't... No, that does sound right, because it's off by 1 because I put that 1 byte at the beginning there. Alright. Tile count is 40. 64 tiles. Load up the page stuff. And it to chop off the things. Select the page. Select the page. Where's my data? Where's my data? What's all this? It's one less page. I've got the wrong page on there. Jojo, how you doing? I put the wrong page on there, that's why. That's a data issue. That's a data issue. I put the wrong page on. That's page 14. 1-4, which is going to be E, not 15, because 15 is this bank, is this right here. I forgot that I could switch to it, right? So there's 15 banks I can switch out, out of a total 16. It's going good. Select data, forgot to add data, everything dies. I mean, I just selected the wrong page for this stuff. Okay, so I changed it. So now we should be doing a little better here. Jump into load CHR data. All right, so now it should be loading up bank 0E. I don't know if you can really see it very well, but that's what this value down here. The bottom portion of the screen of this window is the memory map stuff, so you can actually see which banks are loaded in. Stomach cramps. Oh no! Stomach cramps from stress about a work project, where I can't do anything because I'm on vacation. Is your phone off? If your work phone is not off, throw it out a window. I have the next 3 days this week off, and my phone's already off. So it ain't your problem right now. It ain't your problem. It's their problem. All right. What is that noise? I think my landlord's doing more cleaning upstairs. I'm hearing weird noises. All right. We're jumping over this one because I know that code works. If I feed it the correct data anyway. All right, so we're gonna have a look over here. Oh, here we go. This is looking like CHR data. There we go. Okay. That's looking better. That's looking better. Over here. See, we just needed to put the data in the right spot. It's just me stressing on my side, subconscious. Big with horrible perfect time I felt this. I mean, that's always rough when you have trouble getting away from work and relaxing, you know. Select the data's actually had it. No one died this time. Yeah. Let's I can't really choose a different palette because it's all crap. Let's add some colors that aren't terrible. Let's just add these, I guess, right? What are the greens? Which ones, rather? One A? I think 0A. So we'll do the A column. Yeah, 0A, 1A, 2A, and 0A for the first one. I don't actually have any macro or anything to, or not macro, but routine to load up palette data yet. Oops. Palette game is gonna be byte. So 0F, 0A, 1A, and then 2A. This is gonna load up one palette, which is fine. Oops. Load up 3F, store that into 2006 after I bit 2002, I think, right? Right? That's the one that's got the latch on it, right? 2002? Yeah. Load up 00, okay. Load up file game plus 0. Store that into 2007. Probably could have done this with a repeat group, but I can. Repeat by 4, comma, I. Thank you for the follow, appreciate that. And repeat plus I. So I should repeat this 4 times and replace I with whatever iteration it is. Yeah. In theory, anyway, right? Make file. I need to actually add this thing to the make file, so it assembles it. There it goes. It knows it's changed, so it can do the things. Okay, got the colors in there. That's good. Look at that. It's all green things. There we go. Yeah. The others are still whatever. Okay. Why is everything actually black though? I'm not drawing the background. That's why everything's black. All right. Okay. Load up a palette. Wait. I was just gonna manually clear the screen, but I just remembered I have functions or subroutines for that, don't I? Don't I? Look at that. Fill name table 0 with whatever's in A. So we're gonna load up 0 in A. And JSR to fill name table 0. And we're gonna do the same thing, I think, for... Or no, not even the same thing. We're just gonna JSR to clear adder table 0, like that. Can't stay longer, have fun. All right, no worries, Jojo. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And feel better. Feel better, yeah. Tries to navigate shit without paddles. Right, so after that, I need to actually set the scroll stuff. So reset the scroll. Like that. I don't need a bit again. And what's the one for the name table thing? Is that 2000? I think it's 2000. Right? I mean, probably. Probably, right? I'm gonna say probably. Probably. You think I know this by now, by the way? I mean, I've only been writing NES Assembly for like a year now at this point. You think I'd remember the most commonly used registers for things? Yeah, okay, this is 2000. Oh, I need to turn on the NMI as well. So we're gonna load up 80. Like that. Alright. Oh, I didn't turn on drawing anything. And I don't have the right name tables or pattern table selected for that either. Okay. Background pattern tables. Okay, so that needs to be not 80, but something else. 1 0 0 1 and a bunch of zeros. I think. Probably. Why is my phone keep going off? Oh. It's my landlord. He's going, by the way, I'm upstairs in case you're wondering what all the banging's about. I'm gonna respond to this real quick so I can, yeah. There we go. Bernie Sanders has just started streaming. Okay, well that's... What a time to be alive. Anyway, so yeah, it was my neighbor up there, being all noisy. What's $90? What? Oh, say, oh, yeah. Night. Shut up. Alright, let's see if, I still didn't turn the stupid thing on. But we got the right one selected, so that's good news. We got the right one selected. Cool. Yeah. So we want to draw, well, we want to... Wait a minute. It's not actually not on the right name table. It's scrolled off the named... Why is it scrolled off the name table? Is my... Like, is it backwards? Like, do I need to put this over there? Like that? That's not what I want to do. I want to go over here, do that. I mean, it looks black because I'm not actually drawing anything. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. Alright. So I'm gonna turn on drawing here. Right there. And we're gonna see that it is in fact broken. Unless it doesn't update the scroll. No, okay, it is broken. Okay. Think we can guess. Alright. Wait a minute. Why is... What? This is the mask, okay. That's just turning on different things, so... None of the emphasizers are on. Okay, show sprites in the background, fine. Show sprites in background leftmost 8, fine, and not grayscale. Okay. Why did it not load CHR data? I need to do this stuff after I load the CHR data, don't I? Because that changes like scrolls and things. Don't it? See? There we go. Words fail me? No, I figured it out. I'm just... I just... Yeah. I like to think I know what I'm doing. Chances are I don't. Okay. Then I need to clear out sprites. I don't remember if I brought over my code for that. I brought over the... Well, I brought over the right sprites. It's like 6 lines. I mean... Nope. Okay. We need to make a clear sprites function. Subroutine, whatever. So this is gonna where's the other sprite stuff? This is gonna move everything down to, or set the all the values to FF, which will move everything off screen essentially to the bottom. Yeah. So that should be fine. Load CHR data, and then we got JSR to clear sprites, like that, so it gets rid of all that crap. I didn't actually write them. I didn't write the sprites. Helps if I write the sprites, yeah? Yeah, it helps if I actually write the things. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Do I, though? I don't think I do. Sounds like a sledgehammer Sounds like the Sledgehammer from the 80s TV show. Did I reload? Did I? Okay, I reloaded that time. It happened that time. Okay. Good. They all have a tile or whatever, because they're gonna have a tile no matter what. But they're not. It's just looking at some random tile over there. Yeah. I'm going to set the sprites to use a second table as well for this, for now. What is that again? Is that 2001 again? That probably is. Nope, it's 2000. 2000. That's gonna be not that one, but this one. There we go. So now they'll both use the same pattern table. Should be fine for now. There we go. Let's get the one on the bottom there. If I ever have a raffle on stream, the supporting video effects will involve a raffle copter somehow. The raffle copter. Alright, so I need to set just one of these sprites. The second sprite, because I want to reserve the first sprite for any Sprite 0 shenanigans that I want to do. So yeah, the first sprite, or sprite ID 1, to use tile index 10. Let's go to the sprites. I'm probably going to figure out something a lot more elegant with the sprites later on. Watch me not. But so for now, I'm just going to, well, I got to put that over here, actually. Load up 10 and store that into sprites plus something. Plus something. 5. So this sets the tile for the second sprite in the list. Probably. Let's load up 80. Store that into sprites plus 4, and store that also into sprites plus 7. This is the X and the Y. Load up 0 and store that into sprites plus 6. This is the attribute. Y and then X. There we go. It's using the wrong palette. No, it's not. It's got its own palettes. It's not using the wrong one. I just never loaded the correct one. Okay. Let's use the orange palette. Shall we? Yeah. We got us a ball, yeah! I mean, it's not got any decent colors on it, but yeah. I mean, that's a decent size, I think, for it, too. Yeah, probably. So we need to load up some colors for sprite things. So I need to actually have some sprite stuff to do things with. Pal game sprites. Byte 0 F. What is it? Orange. What's the orange column? Where's the there it is. Orange column is 17 and up, I guess. No, 07 and up. We'll do 07 and up. 07 graphics. Waiting for the moment we need to invent the ball physics soon. Hopefully tonight. Hopefully soon, actually. 2A. So we're gonna copy this, paste over there, load up another palette. I didn't tell it to use that palette, I guess. Did I? Okay, then we're gonna do that. Zeros for 717 to A. I didn't. I loaded it on the background palette stuff, not where I need it's 3F10. You know, it helps if I put things at the correct addresses. You know, that usually helps. It usually helps if things go where I expect them to go or need them to go. See, there we go. I see nothing feels tonight. Ball goes off screen, misses graphics when Crash the Emulator will be a start. Yeah, so I actually haven't crashed the emulator in quite a while. It's usually because I've got like far too many windows open or something stupid. But yeah, so we have a thing on the screen now. That's cool, right? Yay. So something I want to do with the ball is have sub-pixel, not necessarily accuracy, but sub-pixel movement or momentum, right? So the reason I want that is so its horizontal and vertical movement can be quite variable, right? Crash. So when it bounces around the sides of the wall, when it bounces off the walls or the bricks or anything like that, the only thing that's going to happen in those cases is one of the directions is going to reverse, right? Either the horizontal or the vertical direction is going to reverse. Maybe even both, depending on where it hits, right? But bouncing off of the paddle at the bottom, I want it to change its vector depending on where on the paddle it hits, right? So if it hits dead center on the paddle, all it's going to do is reverse the horizontal, the vertical vector, the verticality of it, right? So just bounce it back up again. No, I'm going to be writing all this code. I'm writing this stuff from scratch because the DVD screensaver, I think it moves at like 2 pixels per frame, always. But I want to do it a little bit differently here, right? So if the ball is bounced off of the edges of the paddle, I want the vector to change with its angle, right? Depending on how far off center it is. The further off center, the more extreme the angle. There will be cases where it will be traveling in one. It'll be traveling in fewer increments than a pixel on a given axis per frame. So I want to be able to account for that if I'm explaining myself correctly or clearly anyway. So for instance, over 2 frames it will go up. A use case, not a use case, an example will be over 2 frames it goes over 1 pixel but up like 10 or something like that, right? Or like 16 or something like that. Subpixels, yeah, subpixels. How you doing, Justin Guy? Welcome. Yeah, but in order to like properly use subpixels and all, I need to keep track of them myself, and I can't reuse just the pixel values off from the sprites. right? So instead of having the sprites be directly involved with any of the calculations, the sprites are only going to be well, the sprites are going to be write only. I'm not going to be reading any data from the sprite portion of memory, like I was before with the runner. I was looking at a sprite coordinate to check for collision. I'm not going to be doing that here at all. Sprites are going to be write only. And I'm going to need more precision than just a byte. It's going to be like a byte and a half, basically. So yeah. Was working on a mini game for the Amiga with a friend, and the code accidentally drew stuff off screen. This happened. Uh-oh. What is this? What happened here? I'll mute it. Oh no! It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, I'm victorious. Nice. Yeah. So to start, for the movement of the ball, I figure I'll give it an initial vector, so an x and y speed, and not with this controller anyway, and I'll be able to, for now, manipulate that speed with, say, like the D-pad, right? But first I need to get this thing actually moving. Well, Thirds, how you doing? What's going on? What's the goal today? The goal today is to make that green dot bounce all over the screen. Fortunately, I found the unwanted feature, right? Recently, this is a newer version. 9.8.4. So it is after the new stable release, yes. Yeah, it's quite its own aesthetics. The game works, but the graphics kind of don't. Yeah. Yeah, so in theory of mine, by the way, if I program everything correctly, the graphics could be completely and absolutely trashed, completely broken, but the game would still play correctly, in theory, because all of the graphic stuff will be write only, and I won't be looking at any of the graphic stuff for, say, the collision or anything like that. So only the graphics will be screwed up, but the game will still technically be playable. Technically, that's what I'm aiming for. That's the goal, right? So having, you know, the sprites read only and all that kind of stuff, like I said. Single character fix for improving the speed in the debugger. Maybe. I haven't checked very recently, since last stream anyway, for updates. What are we on now? That's not what I wanted. I wanted to build. Oh, I'm on the latest build. So yes, I have the single character fix for improving speed in the debugger. Assuming it's committed to the repo. Oh, the event view. Yes. Where what are the? I saw the one about this right here. So if it's collapsed, it only draws this one screen. You should probably do the same thing if it depending on like which tab you're on too. But whatever. Yeah, I didn't see anything. I glanced through some of the changes. I didn't see anything about the event viewer specifically though. All right. So, whoa. Excuse me. So what we need is some memory in, well, some variables to keep track of the ball's coordinates and its vectors. Pre-multiplied alpha. I didn't read that one. I didn't see that one. So I need I need two sets of variables here. I need a vector variable for x and y, or a speed variable for x and y that together make a vector, and the x and y coordinates of the ball, but to a sub-pixel accuracy. Right? Right. So I think I'll use a full 16 bytes for, or if, 16 bytes. No, a full 8 bits for the integer part, and then an additional like 4 bits for the for the decimal part. Make the level 3D. That's what I'm thinking anyway. As far as the speeds, those also need to have the same amount of of precision. Otherwise, the precision on the x and y coordinates goes to waste. Hi, Air Geek, how you doing? Welcome. Yeah, and I think a full 8 bits for a decimal is a bit overkill for this. Having 256 sub-pixels per pixel, bit much. But I figure like 16 per pixel or 15 per pixel should be fine. Right? Fine. Yeah, why not? Yeah, so we're gonna put that in 0 page. Pixelception, yeah, something like that, yeah. Ball x res 2 and ball y res 2. Ball speed x res 2 and ball speed y res 2. Yeah. I'm thinking of how I want to do this. How I want to split it up. So, like, do I want there it goes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Spaces so I can tell them apart. So these 4 bits at the bottom will be the decimal, right? But do I want to split the integer part over across the two bytes? So having 1/2 of the value here and 1/2 over here, or do I want to give the integer part its own byte and then do the wrap manually? Not the wrap, but the increment manually. 16-bit variables, stupendous accuracy, right? Game about breakoutception uses pixelception. We need to go deeper. So I think that like if I use this nibble here, or really these two nibbles, there, these two nibbles for the integer part, and then this nibble right here for the decimal part, that would be easier, because then I would only need to check for overflow, right? I would need to check to see if any of this, or if this bit right here is set, really. Or I suppose any of these bits. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that, I suppose. And the same as the x and y, the coordinates will use the exact same format for that as well. Coordinates with sub-pixel accuracy. So first, I need to write a routine to just take those coordinates and translate those into sprite coordinates. So I need to essentially floor the values. Or, I mean, actually, I should probably round them, shouldn't I? Right? Should I round them? Or should I just floor them? I mean, I don't think it would really matter either way. I don't think. Unsigned should be good. No, these are going to be signed, actually. These are all going to be signed. Because I need a positive and a minus, or a negative speed, left and right, up and down. The coordinates, though, actually, those won't be signed. Those will be unsigned, actually. The speeds will be signed. Yeah. Yeah, because these are just simply in an XY coordinate space, and these are a vector in that coordinate space. Yeah. Yeah. So that means, by the way, that the first byte over here, even though that these are not going to be used for a value, the 7th bit in that is going to be used as a value. Oh, am I still... My chat disconnected there for a second. P-Lupin, how you doing? What about using 1 byte with the 2 nibbles masked out depending on X or Y respectively? I don't think that would give me enough accuracy, number one. And I'm not entirely sure what you're suggesting there. The game you just saw was first on PC. The PC version was made at a game jam in less than 48. Oh, nice! Scaled graphics internally, and then scaled to the screen resolution. What a V user that you saw in the this is. How you doing, CMC passerby? Welcome, welcome. This is technically Vim, not V. Well, it's the same family though, but and specifically GVim. Who's counting? Using a 2nd bit defining axis. Well, oh, I think I see what you're saying. So, all right, yeah, I see what you're saying. So you'd use either like this one or that one, or one of the nibbles for X and Y, right? So you'd compress this into a single byte essentially, and then another byte to determine the direction. But packing X and Y together. Yeah, I'm actually going to avoid that for now, just to not confuse the hell out of myself, number one. And keeping them in separate bytes does simplify things a little bit better, so I don't have to do any masking. Yeah, and I don't think I'll have any real issues when it comes to RAM usage. Iron Geek, thank you for that.
Again, you have earned what meager bits I have at my disposal. Dig your channel, man.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so, like, I've confused myself so horribly badly before that I would like to avoid it. I would like to avoid it. And I don't really need to optimize that stuff for space very much. And packing them together again would mean that I would need more cycles to unpack them and figure out what I'm doing with them and actually work with them. And these variables are going to be changed or modified and looked at every single frame. So I need to make it fast, number one, you know, or number two, I suppose, because number one is the confusion thing. Yeah, it's easier, and it would be fewer cycles than 2 separate bytes. Sure, I do sacrifice like 2 bytes, but I mean it's 2 bytes or 4 bytes, whatever. So I'm not too worried about that. In fact, I mean I've even got an entire like 8K of extra RAM in this project, because of reasons. So, excellent, Jasper. Thank you. Subpixel resolution would be good. Yes. So that's another thing is the subpixel resolution. I have that in there. I'm going to be using 4 bits for the decimal for the subpixels. That's why these are 2 bytes long. I'm just not going to be using 3 bits out of all that. It's 3, not 4, because that 4th bit, or bit number 7 on the first byte, or one of the bytes, I don't know. Second byte, because I'll keep it little endian. Is going to be the direction, the positive or negative. But that's only on the speed, and not the X and Y. 4 bits gives 1/16th pixel minimum speed for the ball. Yes, you are correct. I mean, I could give it a full byte, but I don't know if I need to do that. Actually, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, I guess. Two shaves and 2 haircuts, 4 bits. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I guess it would simplify it as well, because at that point, I would just need to, look at a single byte to determine the X and Y values, the coordinates, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm already using the 2 bytes, so why not use all of it, right? Why not use the whole 2 bytes? Yeah. First byte is decimal. Second is integer, is signed integer. There we go. First byte is decimal. Second is integer. Yeah, because then I wouldn't have to worry about like rollover between the 2 bytes and whatnot, and more masking and shifting potentially, or rotating potentially. Yeah. Yes, this should work. Okay. But is decimal any different? Do you not use AF though? Oh, I thought you were AK Muffin. You have the same color on my chat client, so I thought you were making a joke there for a second. But no, I mean the decimal part, not the decimal notation. The decimal part of the number, the fractional part of a number, if you want to call it that. So I'll still be using like, well, I'll still be seeing A and F and A through F, because that's the hexadecimal notation. Tenths, not quite. It's gonna be like 256ths. 255ths or something? I don't know. Not quite tenths. Not quite. BCDO tenths. Fractions, yeah. Fractions is a simple way to put it. Alright, so I need a update ball chords. So this is just going to read ball X and ball Y chords and translate them to sprite chords. Okay. Decimal very explicitly implies a 10 somewhere. Okay, so fine. Fixed point. You happy, Bridgewater? Integer part and fractional part. There we go. There we go. to make me go over the Bridgewater. Alright, so I am still going to be using the same coordinate system that the sprites will be using, where 0, 0 is at the upper left-hand corner. I'm not going to be switching that all around, because that will just confuse the snot out of me. I'm not about to do that. It's actually kind of interesting reading about what was involved in using decimal notation for fractions instead of ratios. Really? 8.8 sounds good. Gives 256 pixel coordinate. Yep, pixel coordinate between minus 128 and plus 28 with 100. Yeah, it's a lot of subpixels. It's all the subpixels. So many subpixels. All right. So for this, essentially, I'm just gonna be taking one of these bytes and translating that into the pixel coordinate. Because I don't need to. I don't care about the actual decimal when I'm writing the byte. When I'm writing the coordinate for the sprite. Thank you for that follow, brother. Appreciate that. I still need to keep track of that, so like everything rolls over correctly. But I don't need to care for that here. Gotta step out for now, but the fact that you actually comment your code and use the phrase nibble multiple times guarantees I'll see you soon. Alright, geek. You have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Joe Mega, how you doing? The history of mathematics, generally, is actually quite fascinating. Yeah, I've never actually really looked into it very much. An awesome job over. Nice. Nice. With 101 and 256 fractions, you can slow the ball to near halt without it halting, then speed it up tremendously in an instant. Evil. I mean, yeah. The idea, though, with those fractions is you'd be able to get a ball nearly vertical, bouncing nearly vertical, right? So there's little, if any, horizontal movement, but a bunch of vertical movement, right? It's not to move to another country. Uh-oh. Oh, you're not in the States. You're over in Europe somewhere, aren't you? Already accepted it. No, so not rating. Waiting to reply. Oh, nice. The notion of X and Y representing a 2D space, which we just plain take for granted these days, dates back to the 1600s. Not earlier than that, really? Certainly not older than the late 1500s. Really? Well, I suppose it would have come about around the time calculus did, right?
Hacker man.
Ah!
He's the most powerful hacker of all time.
Holy crap! IR Geek, thank you for gifting the Gel Mega a tier 1 sub for the 3rd month. Well, not for his 3rd month. That's what I want. Yeah. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Use A and B for what? See y'all soon. All right, you have a good night. Quick reminder, by the way, Argy, before you head off. This is my last stream this week because I'm going to be out of town for the 4th of July. Yeah, reminder to everybody as well, I guess. I mentioned it at the very beginning, but I don't think many people are here for that. Yeah. Just this Thursday and Saturday, I will not be streaming because I will be out of town. We also will not be having a movie night on Saturday because, again, I'll be out of town. So yeah, 2 streamers for who today is the last day of the week. Oh no, I'm sorry. And yeah, JoJo gifting so many confused me, you know? So I have to like double and triple check the notifications now. Your MA, alright, no worries. Enjoy your week. No movie because I'll be out of town, so I won't be able to host. If we move for the job, the hours will be even more annoying. Oh no, you're moving to another. It would be moving to another time zone then, I guess, right? All right, so we're just gonna load up ball X plus 1 to store that into. I need to alias this. Sprite plus 7, I think. and ball Y +1, and sprites +4. Probably. You have a good, Unknown, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, appreciate it. 1 hour before my current time zone. Before, oh man, this is going yeah, that's you're losing an hour moving over there. Thanks, Geeky, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hope to see you again. Alright, so for now I don't actually have any what's it? Physics anything in there yet. So to start, I think I'll just read the controller and add a coordinate, a decimal coordinate, a fractional coordinate on every frame that the button is pressed in that direction, just so I can get directions and all that squared away. So I need my routine for reading controllers. Where is that? Runner the utils. Alright, my routines, excuse me, because I got the button press stuff. And the read controller. So I'm going to bring in both controller reads. So player 1 and 2. In the off chance I can figure out a player 2 for this game mode. Descartes? Am I saying that right? Descartes? Who gave us analytic geometry, and the coordinate plane died in 1650. Leibniz? Who gave us the calculus, as opposed to Newton, who tried to keep to himself, was born in 1646. Okay. Alright, so the coordinate plane was out a little bit before calculus, then. Only on weekends. Oh, that's unfortunate. Descartes. Alright, Descartes. Okay, so now that I actually need to do things during the frame, frame game. Jump frame game. But before that, we're going to JSR to wait frame. Like that. We're going to have some NMI game like that. RTI. Okay. So I need to actually have an NMI for things and do things during the NMI. Yeah. The ball chords. I need to set the NMI to something before I turn the NMI back on. Doesn't matter, it's already on. Set? What was it? Set, yes. NMI game. Descartes, possibly Descartes. The frame game has started. Newton, really can't trust him. Look who he did limit it. I haven't actually read up very much on Newton. It's good to find out. Alright. Set NMI. No, NMI set. Maybe I should... No, we're gonna keep that like that for now. Alright, so this will just fall into the game frame. So I don't need to jump to it. It'll just fall into it, and then it'll keep doing its thing. So JSR to read controllers, right? Read controllers. And then I need to check for the 4 directions. Also, his bizarre to modern sensibilities insistence on using geometry to define celestial mechanics. Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't know like what relativity was and all that, you know. So can you blame him? I mean, he got it close enough for them, you know. to figure out like the orbit of like Halley's Comet and whatnot, didn't he? There's just some like minor inconsistencies with I think it was like Mercury's orbit or something like that. It was one of the planets that like he couldn't quite figure out. It was off by a little bit or something like that. Turns out you needed general relativity to actually make everything quite right with n-body physics and all that. N-body mechanics? I don't know. I barely know what I'm talking about, so. JSR right sprites. Every frame we want to write sprites. And I also want to decrement sleeping. Wait for NMI reload sleeping, so I don't need to worry about that. Okay. This is not a complaint about the perception of Mercury. It's a complaint about what constitutes a proper curve. Proper curve. You nearly get to the moon using Newton's theories. Yeah. You just missed by a few meters or so. So if you want to like land on the moon, those few meters are important. If you're orbiting, like as long as you're far enough up, right, you should be fine. But if you want to like walk on the moon, you need to be more accurate than a few meters. Do you remember when we thought orbits were circles? Yeah, we in theory with like no other interference, they can be circles. But reality isn't that simple. There's always something else interfering. So you can basically never have perfect circles for orbits because of reasons. Because there's other things out there that affect literally everything. Like things like light will change your orbit if everything lines up right and whatever. Yeah, reality is always getting in the way, screwing up things. Like, come on, reality, what gives? Fortunately, we don't need to think about the quantum physics yet. I mean, you say that, but we're starting to reach the limits on the size of what's it? Of silicon for that kind of thing. Yeah, yet is the important word there. Yeah, orbits are circles. It's just to a first approximation. Oh, quantum computer! I want my bits. Yeah. Yeah. And all the versions of that bit. The qubit, excuse me, the qubit. Not to be confused with qbert. Recontrol, right? So, so I'm checking for button stuff. I had buttons loaded somewhere else, right? Like the actual values for the buttons. I think. Oh, I need to E and then there it goes. Runner, I think. Nope, it was one of the rampage things. This one, here we go, button constants. This is what I need. We're gonna yank that, and we're gonna put that over by the button code. Because it's a constant, so it doesn't get compiled in or anything like that. So we're just gonna put it next to the code. Because why not? So whenever I'm looking for it, I can just look at the thing. I'll put it above the button press stuff. There we go. Arsus, how you doing? Welcome. Qubit's not supported. Also, it seems like we can predict Schrodinger's cat will be, if Schrodinger's cat will be dead or not. Really? Is it dead? Science Daily. I'm not going to go ahead and read that whole paper on stream, but I mean, if you want to post that in Discord, I'll look at it later. Hooray! Cat saved! Next problem. Alright, so we're looking for button. If I can spell button correctly. Button up. And JSR button pressed P1. Branch on equal to there, which is going to be no. Otherwise, it's going to be yes. It was pressed. And for that, we're going to have a constant here. Excel speed is going to be... I don't really want to make it like 1 subpixel, because that would take forever to get up to speed. So let's make that just like 15 for now. We can change that later. Trader's cat is an argument to absurdity. Yeah. The point is that the cat being both alive and dead is insane and should not be taken as a serious possibility. Don't underestimate the reality. Alright. I thought that was the whole point, that it is possible to have 2 states in this physical model. Not quite. Also, did I already tell you that of the restart of my language, now called Noct? I mean, I heard you. Oh, I heard. I saw you trying to rename it. What was it, last stream? Well, if we can take quantum physics out of nowhere, who knows what we can invent next? Discover next. Yeah. Alright, so what is up? Up is going to be subtracting the coordinate, right? So we're going to load up the coordinate, ball x, and we're going to set the carry, subtract carry, Excel speed, but like the value of that. I'm going to store that back into ball X, and then immediately after, we're going to subtract no, we're going to load 0, I think. Right? Then subtract ball X plus 1 for the overflow, I think. Right? Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Actually, hang on. There's not that one. There's an entire portion of adding and subtracting 16-bit numbers in here somewhere. Multiple precision. Maybe? Subtracting 2 16-bit numbers. Set carry, load A, the low order byte with the first number. Subtracts SBC, subtract with borrow. Right. Store it. Load up the high order byte. Subtract with borrow. Okay, so I need to load up ball X plus 1 and subtract 0. Like that. Oh yeah, well, got a name now. Great, now start crafting. It was a bit dark. Is it? Oh. I got it. I got it. I got it. Should have a string data type. No. Okay. So this is move ball up. Load up. Button down. We're gonna be doing something similar. Branch equal somewhere else. Up, up, up. I need to make this a plus because we're going forward, not backwards. There it goes. Ball down. Why did I capitalize everything here? Why did I do that? That wasn't necessary. I already started crafting. Nice. Is this like Minecraft? It's better be Minecraft. It's not Minecraft. My day is ruined. My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. Right, so we're moving the ball down. This is going to be addition instead. So that's going to be having a look at multiple precision addition. Load up something, clear the carry, add it, store it. Load up, add, carry, store it. It doesn't matter if which ones I load, I think, for the second half of it, but load up ball X. The Y. We need Y, because Y is the vertical. Y is the verticality. Clear carry. Add carry. So speed. Store that in ball Y. When in doubt, check the 1975 MOS manual. Yes, exactly. Then we're going to load up ball Y +1 on all these. All these are +1. And store that. Not all of them. Nope, nope. Just these two guys like that. And I realized I didn't. Okay, well. that. No, we're going to load it up and add carry 0. And then store it into ball Y +1. Like that. Okay. Let's just see if that works. Yeah? Let's just start there. Because if those don't... There's some variables that I forgot that I needed. Controller 2 and old and temp and jeez. Alright. So these are not going in 0 page. I don't want these in 0 page. These are going up here somewhere. I don't need them in 0 page, right? What were they? Controller 2 old and 2. 2 res 1 old. Oh, there's gonna be 1 and 2, isn't it? And then controller temp like that. Ignore input. Oh, I forgot about that. We're gonna put that into 0 page. Gives the code. It does give the code. Yes. Implemented string as a built-in time does give you the problem minimal runtime being platform dependent. You need to manage a memory somehow. Type, no time. Type. Yes. I don't have a problem with the lack of a string data type. Char star is quite sufficient. Pointer to a char array or something. Yeah. The lack of streams that output to strings in the same library, however, is a horrible limitation. Yeah. My string will just be a type in the center library. Imagine what my language done in here too. That's accessible as a compromise. I don't know about that. Alright, did I get all of them? I don't think I did. I didn't have wait frame. Wait. Game frame and wait frame are undefined. Where? 1, 12, and 11. Wait for NMI. It's frame underscore game. See? Button press mask. Oh, old is capitalized. Old. 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 Press mask. Res 1. Like that. I might actually just use a temporary variable for that instead. Temp X or Y. Yeah, I'm gonna use a temporary variable for that. temp X. Because I don't need to use a dedicated variable for that. I don't. There it goes. What is the temp used for? Comparisons. You know what? Let's use temp Y for that one. There we go. Yay, typecasts. Okay, watch this break literally everything. Just watch. Just watch. It's moving already. Why is it moving already? Well, I guess the good news is it's not moving 1 pixel every frame. I guess? I don't know. Okay, so let's ball Y and ball just ball Y actually. But I want 2 of those. I mean, I guess my button code is wrong. Whereas, because clearly it's. Can I hang on? Alright, there's some labels. There we go. Because clearly it's just doing it every time. It's moving the ball down all the time. So we're gonna breakpoint there. Yep. Why isn't A equal? Button's not pressed. Did I break it? I broke it, didn't I? Step back, step back. I need to actually check for the button press after I load the button I want to check. That helps. That helps. Okay. And up and down don't do anything. Oh, because it's not holding. All right. I want that held. So we're ignoring button press. We're just gonna end that with controller 1. Because I don't care about on this frame. I need if it's being held. So let's try that again. There we go. Okay, that's good. That's good. C strings are an ultimate arrays of characters. String is nicer than character. Yeah, well. Hooray, it moves! Up and down, because that's all I've programmed so far. But yes. Yes. So let's change that to... Well, no, not yet. Let's add the horizontal movement. Right? Yeah. And then once I do that, I'll have the buttons change the velocity. The speed. Yeah. Kids can draw with a ball and chip it. I mean, it's not really drawing if it just moves the ball around. Alright, so we're going to load up button left. Yeah. And that with controller 1. Branch on equal, somewhere else. Otherwise, left is minus, so we are going to be using this code, this same code, but instead of looking at Y, we're going to be looking at X this time. And then we're gonna grab this one for button down, but we're gonna rename that to button right. Again with the X. Okay, so now, in theory, it should do the same thing for the other two directions. Beautiful. Okay. Okay. My quality control would have shown many more releases of ET. So that's never gonna happen. I could probably actually take out the knobs there now that I've got data up there. Can't I? Probably. Probably. Where am I? Okay, ball Y, and where's ball X? Ball X. Let's put that in the watch list here. There it goes. And let's change this now to, instead of changing that directly, we're going to change the acceleration. Or yeah, we're gonna instead of changing the X and Y, we're going to change the speeds instead. And then we need a function to update the speeds. JSR update ball. Coordinates. Just in here, actually. There's bright coordinates. And update chords in memory from using these speeds. Okay, two-player game. Player 1 controls ball. Player 2 the paddle. Player 1 tries to make the ball go to the bottom by paddle. How big should the dump be so we can start reserving space for all of it? All of RAM. Just I'm out of water. I'm gonna go get some more water because I'm thirsty. Don't go anywhere, yeah? Yeah. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Dump the size of Texas will do. The garbage dump for the game. Oh. I have no idea. Because this is clear up Texas. Yeah, that'd be fine, yeah. How many bananas is one Texas? A lot. I'm gonna say a lot. A lot. Okay, so I need to what I need to do? I need to take the speeds and add them to the coordinates, keeping in mind the what's it? The sign. So let's go ahead and load up ball speed. Let's start with X. +1. branch minus to move up, left. Right. And this is going to be move right. Proper way. How many Texases is one banana? Any other measures are also valid except for U.S. customer units. They are forbidden. Wait, you don't like freedom units? All right. So for moving, well, any direction, right? So let's start here with the minus. So I want to actually mask off that bit, right? The sign bit, and then just do a subtraction. Because it's gonna be across 2 bytes, right? So this is simplify things. So we're just going to and it with 7F, right? Is that right? Is that correct? I think it's right. Hexadecimal 7F. Well, yeah, I got it backwards. Excuse me. Magic rule since the invention of this object that is 1 meter in length. You mean a yardstick? It's almost a meter. It's like a few inches off, I think. It's close enough. Hayes! How you doing? Welcome, welcome. How's your day going? Alright, so we're chopping off the sign bit, and we're gonna subtract some stuffs. So I've already got the +1 loaded in, so we're just going to. Can I wait? No, I want to go the other way around. Actually, I want to load up the fractional part first. Ball speed X. Set the carry and subtract carry. No, ball X. Subtract carry ball speed X, like that. Some ball physics, yay! Well, not necessarily physics, but you know. Yeah. How you doing, Hayes? How's your night and/or day going? Is this day for you? I don't know what time it is over there right now. I'm assuming it's like early morning on Wednesday. I could be completely wrong because I don't understand how time zones work entirely. Okay, it is Wednesday morning for you. So I wasn't too far off. Alright, we're gonna store that back into ball X, right? Yeah. And then there's probably gonna be an overflow somewhere, right? Probably. At any rate, we're gonna load up ball X. Wait. And that with 7F and store that into temp X. Because this is removing the what's it? The sign bit. I could probably get away with not doing that, but I don't want to confuse myself even more. And ball X +1. Yeah. Add carry. Temp X. I think. Right? Maybe. Ah! Dragon Slayer. I read that as Demon Slayer. Dragon Slayer! How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Galactic Glum, welcome. I was playing some Amiga Live earlier. Oh, nice! Not bad. Dragon Slayer, how you doing? Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while. How you been? How you been? What are you working on today? The eye dog for the win. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. So I'm working on a NES game. Yes, Assembly. So there isn't very much to look at quite yet because it's a dot. This is all it is right now. It's just a dot, and the ball kind of moves when I hold a button. It's a little slow. Don't worry about it. But yes, I'm working on some not necessarily physics, but movement logic for the ball, using 2 bytes of precision. But yeah, welcome. It's a lot of Texases. Or no, that's not very much of a Texas for a banana. And there you have it. Yeah, they did the math. Working on creating graphics pipeline and render pass assets on GPU for fun. Nice, not bad, not bad. It took way too much time trying to convert a banana to Texas. Now I've seen bananas measured by volume in Texas by approximation of surface area. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate that. Yeah. So what I'm eventually going to get at, I don't think tonight, but the aim of the game anyway is going to be a breakout style game. But it's going to be a bit of a twist kind of to it. So in order to break a brick, well, you'd obviously have to hit it, but once you hit the brick, you go into like a smaller playfield, and it's got more bricks on it, right? So you got to clear those bricks in order to clear the first brick that you just hit, right? That's the idea, like brickception, if you will. And what we're working on right now is moving a ball on subpixels, essentially. So moving a ball in less than 1 pixel increments per frame, so I could get some nicer ball movement. I don't know if you saw, but Kia stopped working on Qualdron. Oh no! I haven't been in the stream in a little while. What happened? Is he changing projects, or is he just stopping altogether? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. If I don't stumble over my words. Smooth subpixel perfection, right? It doesn't like alias across the pixels. I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not sure he was getting taken to the state of game dev last S. Oh no, that's too bad. Surely subpixel movement isn't possible. It is possible, and don't call me Shirley. Drawing the pixels aren't, but moving by subpixels is, right? Deleted his Discord and everything. What? No way. That's unfortunate. That's too bad. That's too bad. Just like, was he frustrated with his own project, or just like, I don't know, a community or something like that? Leslie Nielsen's my hero. Fantastic actor, yeah. Decimal number, fractional numbers to be quite accurate, more accurate. Community as a whole. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Right. So what I'm doing here is working with a speed. Yes. I'm gonna have to change a lot of code in order to test this. That's gonna be fun. You don't use Roman numerals anymore? No. Actually, this I can just add the word speed to things, and that should, in theory, change the work. Will it? I don't know. It might. I don't know. We'll see. The whole subpixel controversy is between quantized and contextual movement. Yeah. Is it a controversy? Doomslayer DXXXI. Romaneer? Romoaner? Moaner? Romoaner? I can't pronounce that. Alright, again with speed. And then the speed. And then the speed. And then the speed. And we're going to change the acceleration speed to 1. So it will increment by 1 subpixel per frame that the button is pressed. But if I let go of the button, it'll keep that speed that's at. It just won't accelerate or decelerate. We can do that in CK2. I'm not sure what CK2 is. Sad news, the Roman Empire has collapsed in 476 or so. This is a little while ago, just a few years ago, just a couple of years ago. Just a couple. Just a couple. Whoa, what? Speed, there it goes. Speed. Speed, gotta go fast. Speed. Up, down, then the left and the right. Okay. Will I have to worry about, like, rollover for this? Probably. Well, that'll be fun. Well, this should, in theory, take care of that, right? We'll see. Where to go? Yeah. Jump in here so we don't accidentally drop into move left. Move right. Okay, we're just gonna do all this stuff, but adding instead. Paste that there. Clear carry. Add carry. Why am I adding there? I should be subtracting there, shouldn't I? Yeah, I should be subtracting. That might work. We'll see. Founder of Rome was all I planned to tell you. My chat disconnected again. Hopefully you guys didn't say anything. Did you just bit shift the founder of Rome? Yes! There, the Roman Empire collapsed into the rule of Romulus. They had a chance to kill Attila, but they didn't take it. They knew Nero too. Alright, so again, I'm just going to work on one coordinate for now. And I'm going to comment out the others. So up and down are being commented out now. Left and right are going to be... Actually, I can keep left and right not commented out. I can keep those there. I'm just not checking those at all. So that doesn't actually matter. Do I have those added? I do not. Let's go ahead and remake that and reload it. And then add in the speed X and Y. Two, there we go. Nero allegedly burned down Rome to build his own palace. Allegedly. Battle against Attila. Attila lost. You're spelling it differently each time you say it. Or type it. Did they chase him like they should have? No. Yeah. So Twitch and like chat or Twitch and like the rest of the internet, I had a little bit of trouble today. Because of a massive DDoS from China, I think. So that's fun. Yeah, the Cloudflare is probably still getting hammered right about now. But yeah, so like the internet broke this morning. What? Okay, it's not quite right. But it's getting there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Beautiful. But if I hit left, it does work for a little bit. It does. It's a rollover thing that's broken, isn't it? I am changing nothing. Why is it not changing anything? If I'm hitting that. Alright, so I don't need the code display hidden. Okay. Yes, it's not even changing the speed. Ball speed X. I probably should have labeled it, commented these. Bam. Okay, it hits that. Load it. Okay. Set carry. Subtract carry. 1. 0's an A. Store that there. Let's see what I'm doing. I missed one. I missed, that needs to be speed, not ball X. Ball speed X. Better than DDoS and MS-DOS, right? There it is. Yeah, the issues we have about Cloudflare. Yeah. Gonzo fiddles while George burns. What? DOS. Not quite, but you know. But hey, we got some animation going on there. Yeah. The ball should be falling down. I'm hitting left and right. So I'm changing the speed left and right. I haven't written in the up and down yet. So it's just changing the speed of the horizontal. Oh, okay. I need to undo that breakpoint. So I'm tapping the other direction. It's slowing down. Okay. Negative doesn't work. Negative doesn't work. It rolls around and it breaks things. It breaks things. Things are just broken now. Alright, gentlemen, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. There's no up and down. So this is in space. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it kind of works, but I guess I'm screwing up the 2's complement on that. Yeah, I'm probably screwing up the 2's complement, so I don't think I want to and that bit off when I subtract. I don't think, right? Look at that. FF should not be moving that fast. It's moving an entire screen at a time. About. They're actually flashing between each other every other frame. I don't think you can see that very well. You can almost see that. It kind of picks up. But there's actually another ball right over here that you can't see on stream. Here, let me actually slow the speed down to like a quarter speed. There you go. So now you can see them flashing between each other. So, yeah, you're supposed to be doing that. If I slow it down more, it speeds up in the other direction, essentially. It'll stop blinking here in a second, I think. So right now it's just moving way too fast. Way too fast in that direction. Now. Whew. I'm still holding the button, by the way. Mathematics stop working. No, I just did things wrong. We don't need you to advance rapidly in a retrograde direction. Exactly. Exactly. This is gonna take. I'm still holding it down. This is gonna take a little while, I think, to get it back to somewhere sane. It's gonna be a little while. I mean, it's getting there. Very, very slowly. We're at F0. EF now. So EF pixels per frame. So it wraps a little bit weird. Okay, you know what? Let's is that even? That is even. Okay, where is it? We're gonna change this. Edit in memory viewer. E9. E9? No. I'm gonna change this to 4. So now it should slow down faster. Did it not? Did it not? Did it just not update the? Okay, it didn't update the debugger display. So now I'm subtracting 4 from the speed each frame. I hold the button down, so it slows it down faster in theory. Alright, so now I've got like 3 balls on screen at a time. It's slowing down a little bit. Two scholars is pain mixing. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does. Actually, can I just add them together? If it's in 2's complement already? I think I can, can't I? Probably. I don't need to do the subtraction then, right? In theory? I'm thinking, like, what? Why? Sliver, how you doing? Am I saying that right? I don't know if I am. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this code is screwed up. The actual updating of the coordinates. So we're not going to AND anything. We're not going to care about left and right. We're just going to add them together. And see what happens. Easy peasy. Yeah. Move left, undefined. No. Not doing any of that. I don't need to store X. Add carry, ball, speed, X plus 1. Don't need to worry about that or that. In theory? Mishmash until it works. Yeah, exactly. Design? Pah! Overrated. Alright, so let's see if right still works. Right still works. That's good. Alright, we can slow down. And how about left? Oh! I was complicating it. Beautiful. Alright. Alright, so I didn't need... it's already in 2's complement, so I don't need to make it not 2's yeah, we're fine. We're fine. I don't need to check for minus, because it handles it, because it's in 2's complement already. Stack overload TM, yeah. I'm not using the stack in this, but you know, whatever. Yeah, so I was just making it more complicated because of reasons, and I didn't need to do that. So yeah, okay. We're just gonna add the things together. And because it's in 2's complement, it'll take care of the negative for me! Who knew? So we're gonna do the exact same thing for ball Y. X with Y. There we go! Okay, so now, Now we should get it moving in both directions. Add a little there, add a little there. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's perfect. I love it. Well, taking ASO next semester, should I be worried? It depends on which assembly, really. If it's 6502 or something old like that, probably not. X86, probably. Yeah, right? Now I just need to add border collision. But before that, actually, currently, the X and Y coordinate are the upper, is the upper left hand, corner of the sprite. I want that to be the center of the sprite. So I need to add 4 pixels in either direction. Subtract 4 pixels in either direction. To get it correct. And I think I can do that over here, because it's the translation to the sprite itself. Yeah. So set carry, subtract carry, 4, not 0, or 3. I'm gonna set carry twice because of reasons. So now it won't look any different in theory, because there's nothing else on the screen to compare it with. But where is it? It's at 0, 0. Sprites don't draw at 0, 0. Down a little bit. Ball Y. Ah, there it is. There it is over there. Aha! Okay. Okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. Yeah, no, yeah. That's a... I like that emote. I can see the subdecimals. Decimals. Yeah, and it does it in both directions as well. So I'll do it up and left. And then down and right. So now I just need to make it bounce off of things and whatnot. But this is actually like a lot further than I thought we'd get tonight, honestly. Yeah. This is working a lot better than I thought it would. I just limited going near the border. Yeah, so I'm going to be defining a border around the edges, where it will bounce if it hits that. So I'm going to draw that first, and then we will figure out what the actual values should be. 31 years to go. Yeah. Now I'm thinking of a game in which you control some sort of quantum wavefront. There are barriers, but the trick is to arrange for the wave to be at the opposite phase from the barriers when they intersect, so that you get quantum tunneling effect. Actually, more advanced scroll chain than Super Mario Brothers. I don't know about that. Super Mario. Well, I mean, Super Mario 3 anyway does some bonker stuff. But for the first one, it has subpixel stuff, doesn't it? I thought it did. I mean, not quite to this accuracy, I don't think, but I'm pretty sure it does. It's a jank compared to... Yeah, right. Yeah, SMV3 is kind of bonkers. It uses the MMC5. Is it MMC5? Is it Mapper 5? And does all kinds of crazy stuff with the scrolling and whatnot. Yeah, the accuracy of this is 1/256th of a pixel. Yeah. Hooray for the wall clip. MMC3. Mapper 4. Really? I could have swore it was 5. Oh. Okay, yeah, so first step is I need to actually draw the walls. Yeah, so let's do that here. What's the... Well, we can get rid of that. What is the, 2A. Wait, that should be like 1A. Why is that 2A? Hold up. 2A. That needs to be a different color than the walls. Why 2A? Hey, yeah. That should be 2-7. That's what's the right color. Alright, so we need to... What tile again is it? I don't remember. Yeah, 01, okay. But I do need to set the address first, so we're gonna set 20. Store that into 2006. And 00, 2006. Load up hex 01. 11 at. Hayes already reviewed this game even though the release is next month. Next month? Hang on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Maybe One Direction. That was a Japanese didn't end up in the US. SMB 2. Yeah, it did eventually as the Lost Levels, I think, yeah? I think. Eventually. Backport of the jet. No, because it was, like, SMB2 existed in Japan, right? But for the second one, we got some weird reskin or something, right? Next month gives you 50-odd days. You can, I mean, that's short notice. A review for Indie Retro News. Good review would require free tickets to I don't charge for tickets to that, Hayes. You just have to show up. You just have to show up. Which, by the way, we're not having movie night this Saturday because I'm going to be out of town, so tough. Then a buoyancy game? We boil dinner plates? What? Boiling dinner plates? Excuse me? Alright, and load X to be... not FF, but like 32. Store 2007. Decrement X, branch not equal. That, so this is drawing the top row. Top 2 rows to account for the NTSC. Thing chopping off the bottom, the bottom of the top row. Alright, Hayes, I'll see you there. You got a reskin of some sort of TV Sweeps Week advertisement game. You got an insane troll level hack of the original game. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. I forget the specifics of it, but yeah, it was like a reskin for something, yeah. Where to get instant review service with comparison to other games? Every day, new review of the progress. I mean, you could, I suppose. Alright, so now we're gonna draw the bottom 2 rows. I forget what the actual addresses are for those, so we're gonna cheat a little bit, and we're just gonna hover over this right here. 2380. Six. Load up 80 and store that into 2006. Load up 1 and A and load X to be 64 again because I want to draw 2 rows. Store things in 2007, not 4 in 2007 or 8. Come on, 2007. Decrement X, branch not equal, like that. Okay. bottom 2 rows, and let's move that up to there. And now I need to draw left. And for this, I'm going to be changing the the right direction, the increment for the PPU. Is more than 64%. Don't I have register? I have the register thing already open. So where's the increment? Is that's in control? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. Thought it was. Wait a minute. This is there it is, right there. Okay. So we're just gonna grab that, paste it there, like that. There we go. All right, load up A to be 20, and then store that into 2006. Load A to be 00, store that into 2006. If I can hit the right buttons. Then load up 1 again, and load X to be 30, because I'm only drawing a single column. Store A into 2007. Decrement X, branch not equal. Like that. Then we're going to grab these guys again and make that 2030, 2040, 2040, right? No. 20 F1, 1F. I was off by a bunch. 1F. Draw left. Draw right. Okay. Like that. Watch it be completely wrong. Spoilers, it's completely wrong. It didn't draw anything, it looks like. It did. I needed to use tile 11, not tile 1. It's the wrong tile. It's the wrong tile. No, you know what? No, hang on. No, I'm not gonna. These two are the they normalize to the same color. They normalize to the same color. So I'm gonna grab this color. Like that. Whoops. I do that. There we go. Doesn't actually matter what color they are here. Off by 10 error. Kinda, sorta, yeah. Yeah, they like I said, they normalize the same freaking colors. Let's remake that. And redo this. There we go, we have a border now! You'll notice that the top and bottom are thicker than the sides. That's because I don't chop off the top and bottom for the NTSC stuff, because of reasons. This is used to number 0 and 1. You can be off by only 1. A border, yay! You can't see. Oh, it's. Yeah. I need to actually get the ball on the screen there. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now I need to find the coordinate for up and down. Or for the walls. So let's start by putting the ball in the center of the playfield. What is that, like roughly 80-80? Roughly? Probably. Load up. 0, 0. Store that into ball X and ball Y. And then 80 into ball X and Y plus 1. So it doesn't spawn in the wall. It's too low. By, like, 32 probably, right? Collision type, woo! Collision detection, yee! Off by a decimal order of magnitude. Thicker than the sides, yeah, thicker. Alright, so I don't want that for Y. I want that for X, but for Y it's going to be 60? Maybe? Right? Yeah, probably. Nope! I was way off. Okay. How about 70? Close enough. That works. Yeah, okay. So now I just need to define the walls, X and Y coordinates. And then I need to check, depending on which direction they're moving. Right? Yeah. So I need to check if it hits the wall, right? Right? So it's not going to hit the wall evenly. So it's going to be embedded into the wall a little bit, right? So there's two lengths. There's the length of subpixels or pixels before the wall and then after the wall. So I want to take those pixels after the wall and add those onto the onto the vector afterwards, right? If I'm explaining that right. I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Essentially, I don't want to just minus the vector on it, invert the vector. Yeah. Embed in the wall and squash the ball pixels by a bit as it touches the wall to give a bounce effect. Yeah. I mean, I probably could, but I don't know about that. We're gonna make it bounce first. How about that? We're gonna make it bounce first. I wouldn't say confirmed. Yeah. Yeah, not say confirmed. Let's play relativistic baseball. If you get the ball going too fast, the entire playfield blows up. Yeah, have you read that what if article? That XQCD what if article. If you could throw a baseball like 90% the speed of light, what would happen? Spoilers, it doesn't end well for anybody that can see the ball. Make the border walls break a bit on each hit when the walls collapse is game over. I don't know about that. Yeah, what if number 1? As the first one. Yeah. It's a shame that he hasn't done any more recently, because those are absolutely fascinating. All right. So basically, what I wanted to do is I want to check if the wall would collide in the next frame, right? Yeah. And if it will, I want to subtract the distance from the ball to the wall, and what's left over, I want to add that to the distance after it bounces off the wall, if that makes any sense. Does that make any sense? Doesn't end well for anybody in the same hemisphere as well. Yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah, you know what? Do I have this stuff still plugged in? Because that'd be nice. Because I want to like write this out so like I know I understand that. So I can make sure that I understand what I'm talking about, not just everybody else. I'm not sure why I have my two controllers on my desk, but whatever. All right, let's see. Uh-oh, that battery might be dead. It's not dead! Look at that! What do you know? Okay, let's see if it still works. It still works! And has Control Z on it. Awesome. Just swap the X and Y speeds at wall hit. I don't want to do that. Only that, rather. It needs to affect the ball speed. The speed, it only inverts the speed. So we've got a wall here, right? And the ball's coming, and it's going that direction. It's going to hit the wall, right? But for whatever reason, the ball is going... the ball is going at a speed that will not line up perfectly with the wall on the next frame, right? Instead, the next frame, the ball is going to be, like, say, over here. Let me make it better. There it goes. So it's got this distance into the wall. I want to take this distance right here and add it over here, right? So on the next frame, it's got the bounce already in it, right? So instead of just inverting it, if I inverted it, it would put it like over here somewhere, probably. Or I would snap it to the wall, which I don't want to do that either. X for X1, Y for Y1. Stick to round pixel animation, your eye won't care. This isn't really the animation part of it, it's the coordinate of the ball itself. So with this, so the ball can't travel more than one screen at a time per frame, right? So no matter what, after this bounce, it's going to be on the playfield somewhere, so I won't have to worry about subsequent bounces. Unless it's in a corner. Well, as long as I have, like, an order of which wall to check first. Playfield square? Not quite. Not really. Mind you, this logic is going to isn't going to be restricted to the walls. I'm also going to be using this with the bricks eventually. Well, Thirds, how you doing? Welcome. Wait, coordinates? So a klutz could break these rules? I mean... So yeah, so if I've got a collision in a corner, right? And the ball's coming this direction, and it bounces off of that one, and it's going to bounce off of that one, and like say the same frame because it's going at ludicrous speeds or whatever. As long as I have... As long as I check the other wall when I detect a hit, after I detect a hit, I should be fine. Yeah. Been cooking with the lady while watching. Oh, nice. What you cooking? Anything good? 1 pixel per frame is slow. Yeah, exactly. So this, the ball is moving more than a pixel per frame, right? So say like 20 pixels per frame because, you know, it's going fast. They've gone plaid. Exactly. Yeah, the ball's gone plaid, right? Like, I still want to. I don't want the logic, the movement logic to break because you embedded yourself in the wall or something, right? And in fact, if I don't account for this kind of stuff, like, as long as the ball is moving at more than 4 pixels per frame, it will embed itself entirely in that wall. Kinda. Actually, I'm not even checking. I'm not checking the bounds of the ball at all. I'm not. I'm checking the center point of the ball. So before, with Pong, I checked the bounds of the ball sprite. I remember that. So here I'm checking not on the sprite itself, but on this coordinate at this dot in the very center of the sprite instead, or rather of the ball, and the sprite is updated based on where that is, right? Yeah. So unless it lines up perfectly with the edge of the wall, it would get embedded in the wall. I want to avoid that. The old Pac-Man collision problem. I'm not familiar with the Pac-Man collision problem. I'm not familiar with that. But yeah, so this is the idea for the collision stuff, right? Yeah. So this would help if the ball is going like a significant speed, right? Let me open up where is it? This. So this would help if the ball is going a significant speed. Let's add a new layer. Layer 5, why not? Hide that layer. So if we've got, say, oops, Control-Z that. Something like this, right? And the ball comes rocketing in. And bounces around a bunch. Like a few times or whatever, right? This should handle it nicely. Oops. This should, in theory, handle all the collisions nicely. Check against the point half a ball diameter in from the wall. Something like that. Collision box of Pac-Man and Ghosts is the center pixel, so it's possible that the two pixels that would go past each other without ever overlapping, meaning it is possible for Pac-Man to pass through the Ghost. Ah, yeah. Kinda, sorta. I mean, that one isn't subpixel. If it was subpixel, well, actually, that's just a single pixel collision. I would have to take into account the size of the ball for this, wouldn't I? So for the collision, I would need a bounding box. The one pixel thing is very Atari 2600. Yeah. Right. Yeah, so for the wall, collisions on the wall would be able to do... I would be able to get away with a point collision detection, I think, right? Because it's... I would set the actual collide to like 4 pixels out in this direction. Right, so it would really collide when the center of the ball hit there or when past there. But I can't do that for, like, all the frickin' tiles. So I would need to check the left and right bounds. I would need to check the bounding box. I would only need to check in one direction, though. The direction of travel. I wouldn't need to check the reverse direction. Ooh, look out. So, when it's traveling in... Did I turn this off? I turned it off. Yeah. So when it's traveling in this direction, I'd be checking that side and then that side of the ball, right? For a wall. Or a thing to collide with. I wouldn't be caring about the top or the left in this case. Then when I hit the wall, it would switch, and then it'd check that one in the bottom. Yeah. Nearly spilled infused Mr. Vodka into my laptop keyboard. I really can't afford to keep destroying this keyboard. Yeah, right? Keyboards can get expensive. Real expensive. Yeah. So I would need to I needed to find like a bounding box then for this guy. Or at least an offset from center to check. Yeah. Release an offset from center. Bound everything in the box you want collisions for. Yeah. Well, as for the actual bricks, well, they're I'm hoping will be rather simple for their bounding box. It's just going to be if the ball's bounding box enters the a brick's tile, really, it glides. Unless half the ball just goes into the collided object, I think it could work nicely. $100 is super. Yeah, that's a little expensive. Yeah. Alright, so I think there is a little bit of math I need to figure out for this one. Or at least I want to write down, rather. Because I think conceptually I understand everything fine. But translating that to code will be a lot easier if I write it down. The thing is, bounding boxes suck. Well, I mean, I can't really do a bounding circle on a mess. Well, I probably could, but it'd be far too much computational power. Yeah. The bounce effect. I mean, also, so the bounce effect, right, would just be take this, copy it twice. So it'd be like a. Whoops. Can I not? There it goes. Like that, and then something like that, depending on which side it bounced on, and it'd alternate between the two. Or actually, it would, like, do that, wouldn't it? I guess some, like, aliasing in there, too, right? Oops. Like that. Because why not? Bounding masses are fine, but more is possible. See Thrust in Tower 64, Solar Jetman. Possible than this. We'll see, Hayes. I'll keep these in here. I'll keep these in here, but I can't guarantee anything. You can get away with using a point mass for the ball and inflating the size of the brick for collision. Can I? Maybe? Maybe. It all depends on how I handle the bricks themselves in memory. And I haven't worked that out yet. I plan on working that out actually over the week. This week that I'm off from everything. I'm taking home my notebook, some pencils, and some other books. I'm leaving most of my computer equipment here. So maybe I'll have to work it out a little bit. I'll have to write some stuff out, figure out some math. For the collision code? Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I still need to figure out a lot of stuff, and I want to like get some stuff written down before I just start making a mess. Could you inflate the point to a rectangle in the same way? Not easily. Not easily. Well, I mean, it'd be. So the ball to brick collision interaction is actually going to be across two separate coordinate planes. Kind of. Unless I use like a lookup table for like tile indices or brick indices to ball coordinates. Well, it was separate coordinate planes anyway from for the last thing I was doing, because it was going from the sprite itself to the columns. Thank you, Hayes. Appreciate that. Stronger bricks? I'm planning on having those as like bricks that you've already entered, or something. I have not finalized any of the art, mind you. This is simply placeholder stuff. It is strictly placeholder stuff. So, yeah. I mean, so I suppose that now that like I have the ball coordinates in memory, in RAM, and I'm not using the sprite system at all, and I'm not moving on the playfield. I'm not like it's not like a map that spans more than one screen. Yeah, it would be a single coordinate plane then. Yeah, I would just need to figure out how the bricks would map to that coordinate plane. How I would represent them rather in memory. Yeah. And they could probably just be as simple as being like, okay, ball is at XY coordinate. That translates to brick ID Z or whatever. Is there a brick there? Yes or no? Kind of thing. Or the ball is going to be at this XY coordinate after it moves. Is there something there that collides? If so, run collision routine. Yeah. Yeah. 16 basically for tile index? No. Not quite. So the number of bricks that are going to be on screen is quite a bit, actually. Maximum of like 150 something? I did the math the other day. I don't remember what it was. Not that one. Not that one either. There it goes. So this would be like the maximum number of bricks on a screen right here. Not that, ignore that up there. Divide by 16 for tile index? Something like that. Alright, Haze Maker, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. I will see you next time. Ruined my division symbol. E. Oh, but the slash, because it was probably the first character. That's the first character for commands as well. Hey, have a good night, Haze. Ah! Iron Geek! Thank you for that tier 1 sub for 2 months in a row. Appreciate that. Is it gonna say the thing? It is, but you can't hear it because I have the volume down too far. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Really do. Yeah. So I would need like yeah, I would need a way to translate the ball's coordinate into like, okay, which brick is this? Godfather, how you doing? How goes the murdering of CPUs? It goes. It's mostly like murdering my math skills, honestly. But yeah, how you doing? Doing good? I've got a ball moving around. It doesn't bounce or anything, but I have it moving around. There it goes. CPU money is at an all-time low since about 10 days ago. It doesn't bounce, it just wraps. But there it is. It disappears after a certain scan line and is hidden for a little while. Kamek sees the police officer. How you doing? Is this like a breakout? Yeah, it will be, yes. Yes. That's the idea. The idea is like a breakoutception thing. Breakout meets inception. Coordinate shifting 3 times to the tile index? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, when was it? Was it recent? But yeah, so right now I have sub-pixel accuracy on the ball itself, so I can move the ball fewer than 1 pixel per frame. Right? You can kind of see that, but it's moving really slow. Yeah, so the ball coordinate is actually a 16-bit number in memory that is just translated to an 8-bit number for the X and Y for the sprite itself. So the sprites are write only. So I'm not even reading the data from the sprites, I'm just writing it to the sprites. What's this? When was this? 10 days ago. Okay. I see where we're going with that. I see. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Thank you, Bridgewater. Thank you for that. So yeah, so I have sub-pixel accuracy on this guy for the speed and the vector and all that, which is nice. That's step 1. Step 2 is making it collide with things and bouncing. The bounce part itself, in theory, shouldn't be too hard. In theory. Yeah. 2 and 2 makes 2, 4, 8, 22, or the annual revised budget report. Yeah. Yeah. So I could like just dive into the bounding box stuff now, or I could just like hack it out with, oh, when I hit A it bounces, or when I hit B it bounces vertically, or something like that. But I'm getting hungry. I haven't had much to eat yet today, so I think I might call it early. Question is, can you see the mechanism for each? I can see the mechanism, I think, but I would really like to get it written down on paper, so I could see holes in my own theory, and so I could iron out some of the ideas a little bit better, I think. Or some pieces you eat on a stream. What could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah, food is good. Food is always good. Food is good. Like actually shoot to top, hit target bottom, pro move. All right, well don't go anywhere yet, because we are gonna go say hi to somebody first. If I can find anybody else streaming. But yeah. So another reminder. This is my last stream this week because I'm going to be out of town for the 4th. Yeah, let's just burn black and crunchy. That isn't so good. Yeah, so I'm gonna be out of town for the 4th. So that also means no movie on Saturday. So Thursday and Saturday I will not be streaming. Saturday we will not be having a movie night. Yeah. I'll be back next week. This code is not up on GitHub yet. I might push it over the break. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Yeah. Alright, let's see. Anyway, doing something interesting. What is this guy? I don't remember ever rating him. Does he have a mic and is it turned on? Per marshmallows little? I can't stand marshmallows in general, really. Jits and Grim are both live. Yeah, I think I rated them both recently, though. Didn't I? Taco Tuesday. Oh, this is an art streamer. I thought he was doing game dev stuff. I was wrong. That guy's just playing a game. He's playing Nier. Okay. Good game, but I mean... Let's see who else is in science and tech. I mean, what can I say? Alright, let's see. Again with the growing streams. I think the growing streams are growing in number. But like there's too many of them. Like, I don't care about the growing streams. I really don't care to watch a plant freaking grow. And there's people like actually watching that. Why are there people actually watching a plant grow? What gives? What gives? Yeah, right? They're all over the place. Yeah, I think he might be streaming. I think he is streaming Science and Tech. I don't know. We'll have to check him out sometime. You know, I don't remember when the last time it was we actually rated Jits. Or Grim, for that matter. Was that recent? I don't remember. For the chat convo? Yeah, well, he's already offline. Okay, we're not going to see him. Alright, well. How about this guy? Is he online? Twitch, come on. Twitch. Twitch, come on. Okay, he is. How's he doing today? Alright, so, yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Grim. I don't remember when I rated him last. It was probably recent. I don't know. Who knows? Let's go say hi to him anyway. What if there are like 100,000 people? They're all probably high. And, you know, watching the plant that made them high. Yeah. But thank you guys for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. You millions of people whack balls across the field. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next week. If you're in the States, have a enjoyable 4th. If you're in Canada, I don't remember when Canada Day is, if that passed or not. But if it passed, I hope it was good for you. If not, I hope you have a fun time. Yeah, come with me to say hi. Yeah. See you guys next time.